Did Aleister Crowley worship the devil? Uncovering the truth behind his beliefs. I'm a poet, a magician, a lover, and a prophet, but I'm not a devil worshipper. Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley, the notorious British occultist of the early 20th century, has long been a figure shrouded in mystery and controversy. Labeled by the press as the wickedest man in the world, Crowley's esoteric practices and provocative persona led many to accuse him of devil worship. But what was the truth behind these sensational claims? This essay aims to explore the core beliefs of Aleister Crowley and examine whether the accusations of Satanism hold any merit. Born Edward Alexander Crowley in 1875 to a wealthy family in Royal Leamington Spa, England, Crowley had a strict religious upbringing as a member of the Plymouth Brethren, a conservative evangelical Christian sect. However, he rebelled against these beliefs in his youth and became fascinated with the occult. He was educated at Trinity College, Cambridge, where he began exploring various esoteric traditions. In 1904, while on honeymoon in Cairo, Crowley had a mystical experience that would define the rest of his spiritual journey. His wife began channeling a discarnate entity called Iwas, who dictated to Crowley the sacred text known as the Book of the Law. This book became the basis for Crowley's new religious philosophy, Thelema. The central tenet of Thelema was, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will." This emphasis on individual will was often misinterpreted by outsiders as a hedonistic creed encouraging lawless behavior. However, Crowley described true will not as the fulfillment of ego desires, but as the discovery and actualization of one's authentic higher purpose in alignment with divine order. Thelema drew upon an eclectic mix of Eastern and Western mystical traditions, including yoga, Buddhism, Kabbalah, Hermeticism, and ceremonial magic. Crowley's magical rites involved complex symbol systems, mantras, Eucharistic rituals, and sexual practices derived from Tantra. These unfamiliar esoteric elements, combined with Crowley's flair for the dramatic in his writings and public image, made him an easy target for accusations of devil worship. Headlines like "A Wizard of Wickedness" and "A Man We'd Like to Hang" appeared in British tabloids next to garish images portraying Crowley as a satanic figure. These were largely fueled by Crowley's own provocations. He relished in shocking the conservative sensibilities of his time and cultivated a theatrical persona involving dark robes, shaved head, intense eyes, and props like a ritual dagger and a magic wand. However, Crowley strongly rejected any association with Satanism. In his essay The Banned Lecture, he wrote, "I despise the thing you call Christianity, but I do not hate it, I do not fear it, and above all, I do not misunderstand it. I never advocated black magic or devil worship in any form. Traditional Satanism, with its inversion of Christian symbols and professed allegiance to Satan, had little in common with Crowley's complex, metaphysical worldview. Thelema was a non-dualistic philosophy, viewing existence as the interplay of complementary forces, not a simplistic battle between good and evil deities. While Crowley used demonic names and hellish imagery in his rituals, these were not literal, but symbolic tools to confront the shadow aspects of the psyche. Scholars who have seriously studied Crowley's works, like Marco Passi and Richard Kaczynski, affirm that his primary aim was the expansion of human consciousness and liberation of the individual will, not the worship of any anti-god. Passi wrote, "Crowley was not a Satanist. He did not worship the devil, did not make sacrifices to him, did not consider him the source of truth and salvation. Still, Crowley's ideas and aesthetics, filtered through distorted media representations, have undeniably influenced many later countercultural and occult movements, including some self-proclaimed Satanists who adopted him as an icon." References to Crowley continue to abound in music, literature, and film, often trading in his enduring image as a scandalous, larger-than-life character. In assessing the truth about Aleister Crowley's beliefs, we must look beyond the sensationalism to the actual substance of his teachings. While his methods were unorthodox and his persona deliberately transgressive, his worldview was ultimately one of self-realization, not devil worship. Understanding Crowley requires grappling with the complexities of an often misrepresented figure and the broader question of how we interpret those who defy the norms of their time.